basically, OAL is primarily for recording activity, recording business. So we are the middleman between customs and clients, customers. Maybe some are direct to shipper, some is from our own forwarding agent, freight forwarders. I'm sorry, we are forwarding agent, and we are between customs, and then there's us, and then there is the shipper themselves or the freight forwarders. They are the ones who provide us with the bookings, shipper booking, and everything. So in short, we are the middleman.
Hi, I'm Nurafiza bin Muhammad Saleh. I want to talk about OAL Freight Forwarding Company and vision and mission. OAL Freight Forwarding Company is a freight forwarding company that founded by Alan Lim, Kenny Lim and Freddie Chin in year 2004. OAL is a pioneer freight forwarder that working with versatile and modern freight forwarding and logistic concepts. OAL Freight Forwarding Sdn Bhd have provided some service which is coastal brokerage, rush of logistics service, ground service and value add service. In part of custom brokerage in Singapore and Malaysia such as import and export compliance, consulting, import and export documentation, custom clearance and forwarding, online custom filling, Singapore trade net service and
Our vision is to hopefully one day to venture into, because for now we only have JB side and Auckland side. So our vision is maybe in the next 5 years we plan to open a branch maybe in Sarawak or Sabah. That is our vision. Our mission is we try to deliver the customers' goods as planned. We try to be as professional as we can, even though sometimes it is impossible. But we try to deliver all the standard. That is our mission.
Malaysia Custom EDI service. So the vision and mission of OAL Freight Forwarding is hope to one day be ventured into, because for now OAL Freight Forwarding is only available at JB site and Auckland site. In addition, it can open new branch within the next 5 years at Sabah and Sarawak. The next mission OAL is so to try deliver as soon as possible as planned. Thank you.
Singapore, we do have an office in Singapore. It's under the same name OAL as well. The one that's handling everything that is in Singapore is our boss. So it's in Malaysia and Singapore. So far, this Singapore. If you want to consider mainland another office, maybe. So we have OAL here. The HQ is upstairs. The Auckland is under a different name, but under the same boss. It's Corporate Agency. They're doing the same thing. And then Greenland is business partner as well. We use Greenland as well. And then one in Singapore is under OAL as well. And then if you guys notice, there's the office right in front of us, BGS Security. Upstairs is our office as well, the corporate. So they are handling JB side. So corporate JB is doing JB side, corporate Auckland is doing Auckland, but under the same boss.
And my name is Lee Hong Xuan. Okay, so now I will talking about the business location. The office that we go to interview is the main office in Impian Emas, and it is upstairs of Greenland Logistics. And then Greenland Logistics is the OAL Freight Forwarders and Sdn Bhd business partner. At the same time, Greenland Logistics founder is manager of OAL, who is Mr. Freddie Chin. Okay, besides, OAL also have an office that upstairs of BGS Security and just in front the OAL main office. Furthermore, OAL also have a company office in Singapore and located at Anson Road. Next is a slide at Port Klang.
Just a brief explanation is our boss, our director, in fact, is Mr. Andy Lim. He started the company in 2004, if I'm not mistaken. 2004, and then they started off with just 3 people. Kim, his younger brother, and another partner. And all of them are still working. Our director is Mr. Alan Lim, and then one of his partners is Mr. Freddie Chin, and his younger brother is Mr. Kenny Lim.
Hi, my name is Nurul Shafika Izati, and I am going to share with you guys about the organizational structure of OAL Freight Forwarding Company. So basically, the director of this company is Mr. Alan Lim, and he also the founder of OAL Freight Forwarding Company. He has been the director of this company since it was started, which is already been 19 years. Next is the general manager. The general manager is Mr. Freddie Chin. He has been together with Mr. Alan Lim since it was started, which is on 2004. Next is the operational manager. The operation manager of OAL Freight Forwarding Company is Mr. Kenny Lim. He is also the younger brother of Mr. Alan Lim, and he also been together with Mr. Alan Lim and Mr. Freddie Chin since 2004 and make this company bigger. And the account manager is Mr. Alan Wong.
Chairs, table, curtain, paper, one blackboard, everything.
And food also.
Food, yes. That's a lot.
Okay, now I am going to talk about the goods that this company handle. Basically, this company does not have the specific categories of the goods that they handle, but instead they handle everything that the goods their customer wants them to ship. It could be like everyday things, for example like dining table, bed, washing machine. It could be refrigerator, and sometimes they also handle like foods like vegetable, fruits, and also sometimes they have to deal with the refrigerated foods or frozen foods. So basically they just handle everything that their customer wants, and not only on the specific categories of goods.
I mean, most obviously is when they started was there were just 3 people doing everything. So they were doing the custom clearance declaration form, they were doing the liaising customers, they were doing the customs clearance, and then if the officer need to do a checking, they do it themselves. So basically everything that we do now, they did it when they started, and now it's a lot bigger, there's a lot more staff, and the things that we do now is almost the same thing that they were doing. They started, I think, with GST, now we have SST, then previously before SST we still used GST, now changed back to SST. So the biggest changes is probably the laws and regulation. As far as business is concerned, the office itself has grown a lot into from 3-4 people, now we have, I don't know, 60, 70 staff in JB and Port Klang office.
I am Ravina Krishnan from DSM3B and my student ID number is 122090435 and I'm gonna explain something from the previous video, which is OA and freight forwarding company changes. When they started the company in 2004, only 3 workers were doing all the work such as custom clearance, declaration form and checking. Now the company has developed, have many workers are still doing the same works as the 3 workers used to do. It is the biggest changes he stated. Other than that, the changes in Malaysian rules and laws also gave great impact and changes. Firstly, where was SST, which is later changed to GST, and right now it again become SST, and it means so difficult to them. He also mentioned in the previous video that was for the business, consider the business has now grown bigger than bigger from previous up to 60 to 70 workers capacity right now. Thank you.
What the work environment is, I mean, with colleagues themselves, it is we have how do I say it? It's a love-hate relationship sometimes, meaning that it's always work related, like there's nothing personal or anything. It's just work related. You know how work is. You know, sometimes we disagree, sometimes we agree, and then again, it's just work. And after office hours, we're just friends. We're still friends, and then there's no hard feelings anymore. I think that's the most important thing. And then same goes with for Klang office. I've been there a few times, and yeah, the environment is it's a work environment. You know, it's not like you go there and you're happy all the time. It's working. There are days when you're happy. There are days when you're like, what the work environment in our office, I'd say is pretty normal. It's just the same as other companies I believe so.
About work environment, according to Mr. Say, they sometimes got love and hate relationship. There is always working and will not talking about their personal matters and family matters. Okay, so after office hour, they're just a friend and just talking about their work and other. Okay, at the same time, the important is they are not hurt feeling toward anyone, like they will not like at the behind talking about who they how or what. Meanwhile, at Port Klang office is just a work environment, and it is a place that go to work and not will going to funny or do something to be happy.
We are more competition because the way people would decide which forwarding agent to use is like, okay, murah siapa? Kau punya berapa? Agent kau berapa? So it's always that question. I mean, but then again, if what they are paying is equals to how we do our job, how professional we are, how efficient we are at doing our job, I don't think money is an issue. But most of the time is murah sikit lah. It's always that. So we cannot give them a too high of a margin. We can't give them a too low of a margin. So we have to, see where the market is. So if agent berapa, so we try to stay in the middle. We try to just give a little bit more, or we try to take agent murah but bagi murah. So it's always different from one customer to another customer. So, but then it's always in the same margin. We're not too far off, we're not too less, too little. I'd say we are more in the competition area where price is very reflected.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Arinafi. I want to talk about market structure. Market structure of OAF freight forwarding Cedar Berhad is a perfect competition. Perfect competition is a market where there are buyers and seller product are homogeneous, and seller can easily enter and exit the market. In general, every customer who want to do business will do so with an agent. Customer often to compare different agents to find service at a very reasonable price. They will also negotiate with the agent to get a lower price. But OAF freight forwarding want to keep the company profit stable, so the agent cannot do that. Furthermore, there are many buyers and sellers at OAF freight forwarding, and customer can choose where to buy the goods and service. In addition, entry into the market is free. The industry is characterized by freedom of entry and exit because customers are aware the nature of the product often to price of each company. In fact, some or all of these features are missing or affected and resulting in imperfect competition. The prospect of substantial economic return will quickly attract new business if adoption is simple. This will not happen if admission is difficult.
Yes. Government has implemented a lot of regulations, a lot of laws. So there were things that were not controlled, but now we have to have an import permit and export permit. There are things that previously you have to have an import permit, export permit, but now since especially finished goods, especially when it comes to food. If you were to ask one officer, the officer will say, oh, no need, because this is already a finished product, so you don't need an export permit or import permit. Then again, if you ask another officer, like this is a food product, you have to have a permit. So there's always this very fine line between which officer is right, which officer is wrong. So I guess, because most of the time we deal directly with customs officer, so it's always the officer cakap boleh, officer cakap tak boleh pula. So you have to understand that every officer is different, number one, and then number two, you have to explain to your customers, just because this officer says you can doesn't mean this officer is going to say the same thing. So you have to explain that to customer as well. So yes, the government play a bit influence in what can and what we cannot do, what we can and what we cannot bring. So yeah, if that answers your question.
Hi, I am Damia Husna. The question is, how was the government intervene the company's activities? As an agent or middleman that intermediate between two parties, which is sellers and custom departments, there's a lot of things that need to be understood and emphasized of. OL Freight Forwarding Sdn Bhd act as the custom broker that eventually need them to understand the rules and regulations in the origin country and also the destination country. This also includes the import and export regulations and license that need to be obtained before the shipment procedures begin. At this point, the tariff codes also need to be declared precisely according to the tariff codes. These tariff codes is standardized among all the countries around the world using the harmonized system code. This system codes is to ensure the procedures are on a par to avoid confusion. Lastly, government also influence in subsidizing goods and taxes. In order to manage the import and export activities in the country, government need to establish a taxes according to the goods identification to protect the local seller. Hence, the taxes are enforced that indirectly intervenes the company's activities. To sum up, government has played a huge role that influence the company's activities as the freight forwarder and custom departments which under the government are related in every steps and procedure. Hence, as a freight forwarder agent, need to obey all the intervention of the government. That's all from me. Thank you.
That's all for the question. So, thank you.